How about your brother? What is he doing right now? When's the last time I saw him? Oh yeah, when we told him about that underground Oakland drug lab that they had.
Oh yeah, shit.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, he was out here.
I've tried to go like 2 more times, and every time I go, they're like, "Yeah, I got busted up. Can't come." So I'm like, I've stopped trying. But it's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
There's like a dispensary in there, and they're playing loud ass trap music, and there's mushrooms and weed, and there's just like.
Dope.
You're like, if I'm caught in here, like they're gonna blame me for this. They're gonna throw all this. They're gonna be like, this guy's the one that wrote all this shit. So I'm just like, it's a little scary going. So last time I tried to go, I'm like, nah, I'm not.
Yeah, avoid it.
Anymore.
Yeah.
So when we were in Rhode Island, we moved to the east side from the south side.
That's a fact.
That was a godsend. That was amazing.
That was a game changer.
Yeah, I remember I would order from that United barbecue place around the corner.
Yeah,
and I'd have them deliver it. And after a while, they started dodging my phone calls because they were like, "It's so close, like, motherfucker." Like,
tired of bringing it over.
I'm sorry. He'd come to the door all upset, like, we're right down the street." I'd be like, well, they lost my business.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Not willing to go above and beyond for the customer.
Listen. It's about customer service.
So
hospitality.
You had a couple internships in Rhode Island, right? You went to what was it, Castle?
Yeah, I went to Castle Hill.
Castle Hill, that's right.
In fucking Newport.
That's an institution in Newport, Rhode Island.
Newport. I was down there.
We did a dinner there with Chef Jake Rojas back in the day. Shout out to Chef Jake.
Dude, Rojas, man. Yeah. Legend.
The man.
Yeah.
And their setup is cool, man. The downstairs, upstairs kitchen, the dining room. That was a sexy place, man.
Yeah, honestly, I wish I had been in, but at the time, I mean, what was I, 20? We were fucking 20.
I remember that, right? They offered you the job? Is that what happened?
Yeah, I mean, they offered me a job, but,
you were like, fuck that, dude.
I was going to school or whatever, but, and driving all the way over there, but, I mean, it was a cool place. They got great chefs over there. That guy, I'm forgetting his name, John, Chef John over at Castle Hill was the man. Chef Jen, she was awesome too, super impressive. And I mean, that was the first time I've ever been exposed to like a true like fine dining. Because I was used to, 400 covers, slinging pans, getting it done.
Yeah.
And I remember I was working the garbage day station. I said, "Oh yeah, I got all that shit for the salad for that salad tonight." And I'll never forget. Chef Jen looked at me and she was like, "Tyler, don't you ever fucking call your mise en place shit." And I was like, "Oh damn."
Yeah.
That's
like the same thing with calling the dish station the dish pit.
Exactly.
You're like, it's not a pit, it's a station.
Exactly. Or calling towels rags.
Yeah.
They are not rags.
Or scrap trim.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Like doesn't exist.
Yeah. Get roasted for that.
Yes. Yes. Exactly.
So Castle Hill, and then where else did you work at that time?
That was it. And then after that, I worked at fucking it was a lunch lady. Oh shit, that was a dope job.
That was a dope job.
That was a dope ass
just
job.
Artistic ladies all around.
There's like 70% girls at that.
Amazing.
That fucking spot.
Amazing.
Yeah. Dude, being a lunch lady, just serving all day long.
That's right.
Dude, going to school. And so during that time, right? Every single weekend or every school year, right? We would work during the school year or whatever, but during the summer I'd always go home and work at Pier 77 for Pete every single year, right? So that year, I was exposed to, and one of the things that personally I do feel like I've been always blessed with is people that are always hungry for knowledge, and I was working with a dude named John Bagley, right, who introduced me to this book called Heat. Have you read Heat by Bill Buford? Mm-hmm. You should read it. Okay. So when I was 20, introduced me to this book called Heat, right? And Heat was the first book that I ever heard about Michelin-starred restaurants, right?
Yeah.
And so in that book, Heat, he has an entire chapter dedicated to Marco Pierre White. And
oh yeah, I remember. That's when we found out about him.
And that's when we found out about him.
I found out about him through you.
Exactly.
You were like, yo, look at this guy. And I was like, what?
Yeah. And so that was the man who truly allowed me to understand. And that was the same year. Honestly, for me, that was that year. It was like 2009 or something like that, where I was truly exposed to the idea of like real fine dining.
Yeah. Then the French Laundry Cookbook came out.
Yeah, the French Laundry Cookbook.
What year was that?
Well, the French Laundry Cookbook came out in like 99. But I had no
Well, that's what I'm saying. We
didn't know what it was.
When it like showed up, we were like, what the fuck?
What is this? Yeah. And so, Red Heat, Bill Buford, he has an entire chapter dedicated to working with Marco Pierre White, and I'll never forget. There's a scene where he's just talking about working with Marco, and Marco's that guy who's like super just like, you know, unbelievably fucking dedicated artist. Yeah. You know, for lack of a better word, of cuisine. And so he's eating with Marco at one of his restaurants, and Marco Pierre White is, you know, having a roast pigeon with fucking parsley sauce or something like that. And he's like thinking about, he's looking at the plate and he's like, why the fuck is this like this? And then why the fuck is this like this? And then how the fuck is this going on? And he's like, and why is there so much goddamn parsley on my fucking sauce over here? And I just remember thinking about that and being like, damn, there is a level of cuisine that exists where those details are unbelievably important, you know? Mm-hmm. And so, honestly, it was after that I truly started, and as with you, you know, we fucking tackled it together, I'll never forget, but like, that's when we started studying greatness.
Exactly.
Right? We started studying great fucking chefs and what they did, and mostly their mentality, and honestly, the thing that is always, picked up upon for people like ourselves, kind of the self-masochists or whatever, is, step one is playing with sleep deprival, right?
Yeah.
That's step one. So what we started doing was fucking waking up at 5:30 a.m. to go to school, going to school all day, getting out of school. I had a job, again, as a fucking working the lunch line at a college, but I would work fucking lunch line until midnight, and then come home and sleep for 5 hours. And that was the first time in my life, and I know you did the exact same thing, where we started playing and toying with sleep deprival, which is step one, always.
We're just like, no, we were watching The Sopranos at that time. Remember, we'd be like, one more episode? No, it's like 2 a.m. We're like, fuck it, let's do one more.
Exactly.
And then we got to wake up at 6.
Exactly.
Jesus.
But then it trains your brain, and so honestly, like, learning to think that being in the shit was cool, was dope. And then at that time too, I also started staging. I mean, I staged at, what was that spot in Providence that everyone would go to with Matt? What was his name?
Oh, Gracie's.
Gracie's,
yeah, that's right.
I remember
that. Yeah.
Yeah, I staged at Gracie's. I was there for I think 2 weeks, and you know, Matt at the time told me that, you know, I can't, you know, you can't go to school and do this at the same time and blah blah blah. But it was cool because that was the first like real place that I went to where, you know, the cooks were working 14 hours a day and they were pushing, and they came in and they were true chef de parties, you know, like taking care of their own station, and that shit was impressive, man. Very impressive.
Matty Varga.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy. The first restaurant I worked at, Trattoria Simpatico, who Charlie Apple got me the job. Big up to Charlie Apple. He used to work there as a line cook.
No shit.
Yeah. So he was on the grill station. So I remember, like, because all this was happening with you when I got there, they were like, "Oh yeah, he used to work the grill station." I was like, "Whoa."
Nice.
Like, I'm working the same station as this person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was cool, man. Shout out to Matty. I haven't seen him in a long time, but last time I saw him, it was good.
Yeah.
It was. They used to do like a potluck barbecue every October.
Yeah.
For all the chefs in Rhode Island. And me, Chef Jake, and I used to go all the time. So,
right. Well, that's the thing, is the chefs in Rhode Island there.
That's a huge community, man.
Crew, man.
For sure. I mean, that's a small ass state. You know, but
that's a fact.
It's like 45 minutes to either end. Motherfuckers be complaining about driving 20 minutes. But so you did a couple stops at Gracie's. You worked as a lunch lady, and then I remember when we graduated, I had dreadlocks.
Oh yes,
and we had everyone at the party cut one dreadlock off.
Fucking dread, man.
That was cool.
Yes,
that was cool. And then
beautiful hair.
We had a empanada lady.
Oh my god,
you remember that?
Oh, I loved her,
dude.
Oh, what is?
She would set up that place.
I know.
Malaki's.
I'm forgetting her name, but so much love for her.
Oh my god. Empanadas.
Yes.
We go there every Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Every fucking Friday, Saturday, Sunday. She came out, catered that party.
Yeah. She did a great job, man.
Unbelievable.
It was really fun.
Product.
Yeah. And sad that we don't get to eat those anymore.
Oh,
I wonder if she's still making them. She used to date like a newscaster or something. Like,
yo, her husband
was like a weatherman.
Her husband is like a big fucking deal.
Yeah.
He was like a politician.
That's
dude.
right.
Well, that's kind of how it works in Rhode Island. I feel like it's like everyone's a politician. Like you remember how our landlord, what was the dude's name?
Oh, what's his name? Damn, I forgot his name. That's so sad. That man let me pay my rent in weed.
With the Z.
Yeah, I'd give him an ounce of weed. Rent was $416.
$416
for a house. You remember
for
that?
A fucking house with a backyard,
basement, first floor,
second floor, backyard.
Remember when we were growing that weed out back?
Of course.
And then we had a situation where these guys drew attention to the house, and we were freaked out. So we climbed back there and cut it down.
Yeah, we had a scare.
Yeah, it was sad.
That was crazy.
That was a crazy night. For sure.
But yeah, his buddy was the mayor of Cranston, and he said,
"That's right, Mayor Alan Fong."
Alan Fong.
Yeah.
Alan Fong.
Yeah.
And he said, "If you boys ever get in trouble, you just call me." And
that's right. Well, you remember our house got broken into,
of course.
And then he's like, "I'm gonna give you a security system." We're like, "Oh shit, we don't have any money to pay for that." He's like, "Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
we're just gonna put this security system in. I'm gonna pay for it.
Right?
You guys just keep those ounces coming.
Fucking
keep
hilarious.
the rent paid, and we're good."
Fucking hilarious.
You remember that?
Of course.
He'd show up with like black eyes. He's like that guy who'd go out drinking, be a dick, and just get punched in the face.
Right.
And like go collect his rent the next day.
Right.
Jesus. But so then you
Paul Zarella.
Yeah, Paul Zarella. There you go. Paul Zarella.
What a fucking
shout
man.
out to you,
dude. Shout out to Paul Zarella. You are the man.
Made it. Best landlord I ever had in my life.
Fucking greatest landlord ever.
I'm sorry, Daddy. That's my landlord now.
I'm not apologizing to anyone. I hate every landlord I've ever had.
That's right. You've been fucked over by some landlords.
Listen, I just am not a fan of landlords. But it's fine.
I'm sorry for all you landlords out there. In case anybody's owning.
Actually,
land.
Tim and Unji are the shit.
Okay,
are the shit.
All right,
but they're no longer my landlords. But I love them. But besides them, yeah, fuck all.
So then you fucking moved away from me. You went to New York City.
Yes, pursuing the dream.
That's right.
Gotta chase the dream, baby. You know, and that is.
At that time, I felt like pressure, you know, because you were leaving, and I was like, man, I'm still working at this place, Trattoria Simpatico. You know, don't get me wrong, it wasn't a bad restaurant, but it was like, I need more.
Yeah.
And then I found Tallulah and Thames. I found Jake Rojas, you know. So I started working for him, and then at that same time, you went to Dovetail, right?
Yeah, I started at Dovetail.
How was that?
With John Fraser.
How was moving to New York? How was like your first week in New York?
Fucking crazy. Well, the thing that was dope is that my brother lived there.
Oh, sick.
So
that's right. You lived with him first.
Yeah, I moved to New York and literally slept on my brother's couch for 3 months, 4 months. Literally would sleep on his couch, wake up, go to work, fucking work. That was when I first started working, you know, 13, 14, 15-hour shifts, you know? On your feet all day, transporting on the subway. But it was beautiful, man. Honestly, that shit was beautiful. Like, I would never trade it for anything. Being a young cook, you know, at that time, the only thing I filled my brain with was that information. You know what I mean? Like, cuisine. Just fucking watching whatever videos I could watch, reading any cookbooks I could read. And the thing that was amazing about Dovetail that I really, personally, I was very blessed with is that was a restaurant where chef de parties operated as true chef de parties. So, like, when you worked the fish station at Dovetail, you ordered all the fish, you butchered all the fish, you had a commis chef, like a entremetier, right?
Yeah.